On one of our trips on Bali, we arrive in a palace where we get a warm welcome by the head of the royal family and his son. After a nice conversation in which they tell us many stories about the good old past, the prince shows us our room for the night. We are very surprised and delighted at the same time. Never seen such a room before. Two big beds, of which one is a romantic four-poster, and mirrors and furniture in Art Deco style, and paintings everywhere. The artist of the family is the prince himself. As soon as we are left alone in the room, we notice, apart from the romantic scenery, the darkness, which makes the place very mysterious. Daylight is scarcely coming in. In front of the lower bed, which will be mine for the night, is a window. A window with curtains. It forms the opening to the bathroom at the other side. And from a gap in the high wall, close to the roof of this bathroom, the only light is coming inside. The bathroom is not different from the rest, also covered with mini decoration, paintings and mirrors. Brown clay tiles with frog design. On the slippery floor, small blue glazed ones. It also has much of an inside garden. When you want to take a shower, you have to put some ferns aside. But what most strikes us is the pond, just a few centimeters from the lavatory pan. A pond with flowers and, yes, with frogs. Before I go to sleep, I write sitting on my bed in my diary about what I see around me. Behind me, a big painting covering the whole wall with Balinese woman in a rice field. Nice company for the night. At the other side, scenes of Buddhas and Hindu gods. So it takes some time to write all this down. Fifi tries to fall asleep in the romantic bed next to mine in the upper part of the room. I hear a toke making his recognizable sound of which the animal derives the name, toke, a number of times. It's my habit to count how many times the sound is being made. I count 11 times. I always count an odd number. Fifi has the same experience. Maybe it is just wishful thinking based on some earlier counting. But what I know is that the number of mirrors in the temples are also always odd, with the maximum of 11. Remarkable anyway that this toke do this number just now. And Balinese people told us that they only make these sounds of toke when there are friendly people around, and kind of welcoming, saying hello to friends. It makes me very happy in the midst of the night. And then my attention is drawn to the sound of the bullfrog. It's like he's talking English, saying 20 times, first time, third time, 20 times, 20 times, third time. And then a frog is staring at me. And to my surprise, he starts talking in English, with a croaking voice. Hello, how are you? Where you come from? Before I'm able to answer this usual Balinese question, which I know from the street, I show my astonishment about all this English phrasing made by animals. Because this is a magical room, that's why, and also you are on Bali. Do you know? Is the reaction of the frog. Yes, I know we are on Bali, and we have experienced already some unexplainable things, but this strikes everything. After coming back to some normal senses, I can answer the question. We are Hans and Fifi from Belanda. And I am Tukorok, says the frog. And I am Tutoke, says the gecko, who is also suddenly there. The two animals explain us that they always meet each other at 12 o'clock in the night here at the window. How long you will stay? The frog asks. That depends. I hope you will stay for a while, because we have a lot to talk about. We really enjoy meeting you two, but we are very tired, and we have much to do tomorrow. So, maybe next night we meet again? And just as sudden as the two friendly animals appeared, they are vanished, and we look at each other. Dream or reality? What is the difference? I see you wondering, starts to Kodok the conversation. What is happening is created by yourself. You are calling us. And here we are, brother Tutoke and me, the guards of the palace, the Puri. Guards? Yes, we take care that everything in the Puri goes according to old tradition. If not, then we report this to the king. But that happens not much. because this king is very wise and knows the tradition. And we are here also for helping the guests if they at least are open for it. And apparently you are, adds Tuktoke. So if you have any question, you ask. Can you tell us about the puri? A puri is built according strict rules. Is to Kodok taking over again. It is not complied with these conditions, you cannot call it a puri. That's why we annoy us when nowadays restaurants or hotels have in their name puri. And there is even a puri now, which is modernized in that way that cars can go inside. Here the cars stay outside, under the so-called Palais Kembar. I will not tire you with all the names of the sections, but the section where you are here now is called the Tandakan, the part where the guests are being welcomed. Where you can meet the servant to ask for the king. That's the traditional way. Tandak or Mendak means stop. Stop here. Yes, and that's what we did. Stop. We stopped here. And had a very friendly welcoming by the royal family. And now we are talking with you, our new two animal friends. How amazing and magical. And that all in what we call our dream room. Knowing that it is tomorrow full moon, and looking at the painting of Tanalot made by the royal artist, it reminds me to the fact that we went there to Tanalot to celebrate our first full moon ever on Bali. You know that Tana means land and Lot is derived from Laut, meaning sea. Yes, I know, and it focused us once more on the tension between these two elements, the energy. The water was already rising when I made the crossing. Under the rock, being aware to be on a very holy place, I was blessed with the holy water for the first time in my life, and they put some grains of rice on my forehead. I was impressed by the ceremony and had good time with the priest. It felt like a rebirth, coming home back to the source. Rice is a symbol of life, isn't it? Oh yes, is Tutoke's reaction. But now it's time. We have to go. Until tomorrow. Same spot, same time. And as suddenly as they were there, the two animals are gone, leaving an empty spot at the window. Dream or reality, we don't mind. And, Tutoke starts the conversation, how was your full moon today? We went to the beach. We watched people praying and playing, and were impressed by the coming together of all these things. Having a good time first in a smaller room, looking out over the black sand and the wild ocean, we saw the Balinese people slowly arriving in a procession nicely dressed up, carrying with them holy statues and many offerings. It's the transformation, Tutoke explains. Normally they walk around in t-shirt and jeans and drive around on motorbikes. Yes, these people are so beautiful when they go to the sea for a ceremony or to the temple. It's like they are offering themselves. It's like art, Fifi says. That is what it is. The word Bali means offering, and offering is beautiful. And we also use the saying, beautiful is art, and art is beautiful. On which Yutoke reacts, yes, the people live and love these things, to make everything beautiful. They move in an artistic way, always, everything, so they have this attitude to make everything beautiful. Look at the gardens. And here in the palace, here, even in your room, in the bathroom, everything is made beautiful. I want to tell you about a remarkable meeting today. One young man was almost entirely covered with the black sand, protected against the sun by a mini-colored umbrella. We asked him what he was doing. The friendly man told us he had a severe motorcycle accident, one leg broken, and this was a kind of therapy in the healing process. We wished the friendly man in the sand good luck, and soon our attention was attracted by the fishermen arriving. Some started to be busy untwining the nets, and we were mostly struck by three men entering the rough ocean with a net and a long wooden pole. The big waves were taking two of them away holding the pole. Up and down it went. The third one stayed close to the beach holding a long line, which was connected to the stick. Smaller and smaller became the two brave men. My eyes were fixed on the spot where they seemed to disappear. The sun was already going down. Golden lights were dancing, like coming out of a golden pot. It is the Holy Grail. Then my eyes were fixed on the black sand, which also changed, from black in all kinds of shades. This is Mother Earth in all her appearances, and we are the children. There is also another play going on the shoreline, almost like a battle between the sea and the earth. The ocean is in my feeling the male, trying to impress Mother Earth with his big waves. And then they unite on the shoreline on a bed of chempaka flowers, and then the sea withdraws. Sometimes we say to each other, are we really on Bali? Or is it a dream? And now we are talking with you, two animals. Isn't it amazing? Is it also a dream? Maybe you are in our dream, Tukodok reacts with a mysterious smile, and at the same time we are looking at an empty spot. Dream or reality, whatever.